streets of birth to correct its lost sons. Her children pledge each faithful heart to guard Guyana's lands, to foil the shock of rude invaders who violate our earth, to cherish and defend forever the state that gave them birth. We forge a nation's mighty soul, construct a nation's frame. Freedom our everlasting goal, courage and truth our aim. Unyielding in our quest for peace, like ancient heroes brave, to strive and never cease, with strength beyond the slave. Guyana plant the glorious first to fame prosperity, joining the universal search for worldwide community. Your people must surrender breathe, then you are quality, with one forever changing with one nation's unity.
Marching towards the shining future, courage high, the past is gone. Live for coming fear and counting mountain road is onwards gone. The storm goes dark and glory, through face light and flash and flame. One republic of Guyana, glorify Guyana's name. Forward, forward, youthful nation, right with heart, the arms might. May your strength forever gratitude to strive and season be for right. From Guyana's base consummate to white surface streets that claim, build thy people, dear Guyana, strong, united, loyal, free. My Guyana, my Guyana, my Guyana, my Guyana, Eldorado, best of all the world away. In my heart wherever I wander, memory enshrined thee. All my hopes and aspirations, all my longings, only tie everlasting bonds around us as the fleeting years roll by. My Guyana, Eldorado, my Guyana, times unfolding and for my destiny, to redeeming lasting splendor for the years that lost to me, and the dawning of my glory, for the long, long night is past. Oh, arise, triumphant, glorious, from the ashes of the past. Oh, arise, triumphant, glorious, from the ashes of the past. Guyana, Atlantic flowed into a fury. For a sea at morn, at noon, or entering the crimson sunset's glow. I love thee, I love you, I love thee. Oh, oh, beautiful Guyana, oh, my lovely native land. Oh, dear to me that all the world I see was sun is strong. Oh, down upon the border, down upon the deep, the great Atlantic flowed into a fury. The sea, at morn, at noon, or entering the crimson sunset's glow. I love thee, I love you, I love thee. Guyana, I want to serve my country. Guyana, beautiful, happy, and free. Guyana, let's cooperate with our government to help develop Guyana the free. Together, my comrades, we'll build a brand new Guyana, a country where all are equal opportunity. So let us begin now to show loyalty to Guyana by showing love and respect for all that it means.
My brothers, my sisters, we will live and die here together. Our motto, one people, one nation, one destiny. For harmonious living, cooperation will be forever. In work and play as we live a strong Guyanese.
Guyana, I want to serve my country. Guyana, beautiful, happy, and free. Guyana, let's cooperate with our government to help develop Guyana the free.
Well, it's time we settle all the racials in the interior. Our natural resources are there in great quantity. And we will do farming and establish jobs by the border. We'll grow more food so we could fill all Guyanese.
My greatest desire is to serve my country, Guyana, and sincerely help Guyana to move along. Our government asks us that we study hard and we learn the things that will help Guyana to become strong. Guyana, I want to serve my country. Guyana, beautiful, happy, and free. Guyana, let's cooperate with our government to help develop Guyana the free. To help develop Guyana the free.
pugru Guyana, o agri pugru padaze, murube naitiarom tazentai, mansada, wiyum sawida, de quebratena poro iramsada ipairamku, ipuku prana astung koremsa, atupangsa, pinanepu, negat poiru, de quebrawi womu pampe, ala pruya, o ala pruya.
Keep a fire burning red in a Georgia representing of a comes audience. Big up Kidaki, Buxton massive. Hey Babylon boy, you go on like you like come son. Red. Comes audio son. You burn this swine when I want you shine. The tree of life, them I want you climb, cause them art no kind. Comes I say them art no kind. Buxton massive. Kidaki. Red that. Oh, one more. Hold on, one more. Keep a fire burning red, Georgia representing of a comes audio son. Red.
You don't have to see me, baby, yeah, to know that I'm around. You don't have to see me, baby, yeah, to know that I'm around. How's my little girl cooking? I hope she's not blue. She says she misses her daddy. Tell Cricket Daddy misses her too. I'll be right there, just as quick as I can. And baby, try to understand. You don't have to see me, baby, yeah, to know that I'm around. You don't have to see me, baby, yeah, to know that I'm around. When you get weary, I'll be by your side. When you shed a tear, oh, I'll wipe your weeping eyes. Just try to make believe that it's just reality, because I'm coming home to you is my destiny. You don't have to see me, no. You don't have to see me, no. You don't have to see me, know that I'm around. No. You don't have to see me.
You don't have to see me to know that I'm around. You see the impact of what I do. You see the effects of what I do. Morning, are you morning? Welcome to another program of Guyanese Morning Time. I am your host, Kidaki Amsterdam. It is now 7 hours 26 on the 26th day of September in the year 2025. Welcome to the program. Do me a favor, no man. I share the life. Just share the live, man. Click away, click away, click away, click away. Yes, welcome to the program. I trust that you've had a good day yesterday. I trust that you rested well last night, and this morning you arose with hope. Hope for a whole lot of things, but most importantly, hope that we can enjoy a better day in this country as citizens of this country, as humanity, most importantly, as mankind. I want us to understand that you can't give up hope. If you dare to give up hope, you're in trouble. Anytime you lose hope, you're going to roll over and die. And so I want to encourage you this morning, don't die, Dundee. Don't die. Yeah, don't die. Don't give up. Do not give up. The system might be beating you left, right, and center. But you must take your blows like a man. Take your blows like a man. There's nothing wrong with being struck down. The problem is when you fail to get up. And so I want to encourage you like always. Don't let it beat you down and keep you down. Fight. Fight. Like your life depends on it, because trust me, your life depends on it. Your life depends on it. May not appear so, but it is so. And as the boys say, it is what it is. And we got to recognize it for what it is. Right. I also want to ask you, before I proceed too much into the program, to follow the link I'm putting in the chat right now. Follow the link. Please go across there and like and follow the page. Okay? Like and follow the page, please. Yes, please like and follow the page. It's the Black Economic Empowerment Society. It's where I hope to do a lot of economic empowerment work. We're still doing the work, laying the foundation. So when we kick off, we kick off. Right? Nothing to hold us back. A lot of people have said to me, Mr. Stan, you're bold, you're brave. You don't know that the PPP is going to really put some lashes on you, pressure you, give you the hardest time to get the Black Economic Empowerment Society up and running, legally registered, and so on and so forth, access government resources, and so on and so forth. Yeah, I know all of that. I know all of that. But does that mean I will allow the PPP to dictate what I do for my people? No. You can't allow the PPP to dictate that. The PPP is the only government. The agencies of the state must be made to function. And I'm saying it now. Not that I'm picking a fight, but I'm saying it now. Wherever I encounter, right? Wherever I encounter roadblocks on this journey, I'll be prepared to challenge them. Okay? I will be prepared to challenge them. Because it is my democratic right. It is the democratic right of the members of the Black Economic Empowerment Society to associate. Citizens have a right to associate. Citizens have a right to belong. And you can't tell me where I must associate or who I must belong with. Look at the United States of America. You could tell people they can't join or they shouldn't join the Ku Klux Klan. The KKK members are some of the proudest rednecks, if that is what you call them. They walk around with a chip on their shoulder and they let you know, quite frankly, they're clans. KKK, forever. By the way, as I'm talking about that, Assata Shakur has transitioned. Right? I wonder who's Assata Shakur. Is it y'all wondering? Go read, man. Right? Go read. She has done her work. She has done her part. She has made her sacrifices. Right? A lot of you talk about Tupac Shakur, but do you associate Assata Shakur with Tupac? That's his mother. Right? Assata Shakur was Tupac Shakur's godmother and step-aunt. She was a revolutionary political activist, member of the Black Panther and the Black Liberation Army. Up until her death, she was a fugitive living in exile. And so if this system, among others, could make the kind of sacrifices for the betterment of our people, who am I to even dream of walking in their footsteps or her footsteps? You gotta know your history, because from your history can come inspiration. Marcus Garvey tried his utmost. I know that I said utmost. Big up to Don's gal, Dottie Sonia. Big up to Don's gal, Dottie Sonia. Imagine you have a Minister of Education addressing educators and telling them that she would do her utmost best. Right? She would do her utmost best. No Donzial. Donzial retired. Well, by the way, the PPP got away replacing stupidness with stupidness. Right? So Donzial is the replacement for Sitaria Gal. Well, by the way, the way to Sitaria Gal, according to Jordan, because I don't necessarily share the same views. The way till Sitaria Gal start catching line and length. And then they moved you from the education ministry where every child was being left behind. And they sent you over by local government. Right? And they moved on gal from local government and they sent you by education. So I guess education is the training ground, no? I guess education is a training ground. They treat education so lightly, disdainful perhaps. Anyways, I was saying that Marcus Garvey tried his utmost to empower the African man. What did he get? Entrapment and jail. Good. According to some people, they jail Marcus Garvey for rice. They sell Marcus Garvey for rice. It's not rice, it's rights. Right? Rights. But again, I'm saying, unless you understand your history, unless you know from whence you came, you're not going to be prepared. You're not going to be inspired. And so it's important that you learn a little. In these days, I can't even say read, because those of us who don't like to read or can't even read, because that's a part of the problems we have in society. A lot of our people are not literate. Right? You ain't even got to know to spell. You just only have to have an idea. You go to Google and you click on that microphone there and you do a voice search. You go to YouTube and you search, and there's so many videos. There's so many podcasts that will teach you step by step if it's a skill you want to learn. Those of you who say, oh God, it takes too long to listen, you can listen and pause and listen and pause and listen and pause. Just as though you could bend down, pause, you could listen and pause and return to it every time. And some things are worth listening several times. Right? So if you want to say you become saturated with it, you know the thing from end to end, and you understand the thing, and you take inspiration from the thing. So this morning I want us to be inspired. Take inspiration. That's what I want you to do. Right? Take inspiration. But like I said, share the live, please and thank you. And like and follow the page of the Black Economic Empowerment Society. Listen to Burning Spear, man. See how oldies are playing for y'all all the time. Oldies is only teach about that kind of thing.
When you're building a business, writing is how you pay.
Right? Oldies just teach you about things of the heart. It has got enough for you reminiscing and remembering your heart. This is Burning Spear in Paris. It's a Rasta places. Performing Old Marcus Garvey.
Burning Spear. Live and direct one more time. Yeah. Roots and culture. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready?
Mr. Calvin, oh my boss, Messiah, Calvin, oh Mr. Calvin, oh my boss, Messiah, Calvin. I think we're talking about my dude, oh William Gordon. Washington, including Buster Banky. No one remember old Marcus Garvey. No one, I know. No one. Oh, Mr. Garvey. Oh, Mr. Garvey. Mr. Oh, Marcus Messiah Garvey. Oh, Marcus. Oh, Marcus. Jack the Baptist and work it off. Go put it away to a saucer. Stephen disciples of oh Lord. They stone and tip to death. No one remember old Marcus Garvey. No one, no one. Oh, no, no. Oh, I know. Oh, Mr. Garvey. Oh, Mr. Garvey. Mr. Oh, Marcus Messiah Garvey. Oh, Marcus, oh, Marcus. Oh, Marcus, oh, Marcus. Oh, Marcus. Oh, Marcus. Yes! Yo! Let them reject! Let them reject the Lord! Yes! 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 Yeah, man. Yes! Oh, the most I draw. Driver lever. Driver.
Old Marcus Garvey, I must take some inspiration from somewhere, man. What going on? How are you do? I tell her you share the live. I ain't sharing the live, you know. What going on? It's Free Talk Friday, so as usual, I will open up the lines right about now. Let us talk about lots of things that they are to be spoken of. Oh Lord, that sound like I know the English language. I know we got an English police on the program. Shout out, Mr. Jordan. How you do? Well, those of us who like to correct people when they make their grammatical errors and got dangling modifiers all over the place, like they want to hang themselves with it and so on and so forth. We call them English police. Right? I myself can be guilty of being an English police at times. And so, Mr. Jordan, how you doing, boy? I just teasing you a little bit there. Right? So, I know Mr. Jordan usually listens to us almost every day. I rather suspect he listens every day, but he's not always vocal every day. Yes. So, what do we want to talk about today? There's so many things to talk about. I promise not to touch some particular issues, but I guess it is a part of what we do, and to some extent it has to be addressed because people are asking me, Mr. Amsterdam, you see what's going on over at FGM? Right? You see what's going on with FGM and VPAC and the People's Movement and so on, what's going on over there? And I tell them, I say, I ain't gonna trouble that. I ain't want to trouble that because here, this thing has serious implications of feminism, right? And if you touch there and people get their feelings hurt, and so they're going to come at you from different angles, right? And call you all kinds of things because you're attacking a female, you're attacking a sister, and so on and so forth. So I said, I'm going to touch it. I want to touch it. But then I wake up this morning and I noticed that the blue people got their problems too. The blue people got their problems too. And so last evening I was saying to to somebody, wait, when you look around the thing, what I think I recognize, the only political party so far that ain't got a public TIF is WPA. But then somebody said PPP too. Not that there aren't problems, but they ain't got public with it. Nobody ain't got a public TIF. But the thing is, the fact is, this is the era of social media. This is the era of social media. And a lot of the things that used to happen in the past behind closed doors are now happening in this era in front of a camera. Sometimes you don't even know that you're in front of a camera. And so the public gets word of them faster than when they have to depend on the grapevine. They got a different kind of vine now. It's called social media. And so a lot of these things are coming out. I see two of the foot soldiers, I want to call them foot soldiers, of the win in one of the far off regions complaining. They're complaining about being sidelined, being left behind. One person spoke about I would say investing time and resources only to be sidelined and to be made to appear to be the problem. It's a revolving story. It's a revolving story. In every political party, there are disgruntled people. There are people who can talk of investing resources, whether time, financial resources, physical assets, and so on and so forth. And not getting that return on investment. Let me call it for what it is. Return on investment, because when people invest anything, it's natural to expect a return on investment. Some people invest in things that have large return on investments. Others invest in things or they take chances. Because of how lucrative the return on investment may appear. So yes, a lot of people in all of the political parties, quite frankly, are disgruntled because they have not gotten what they perceive to be their return on investment. But it's not every one of them who run out there and fight or make it public or spill the bean. You know what is ironical? And I'm waiting to see people take it up. This same couple complaining about the way they were treated by Win mentioned being made to sign blank checks. Y'all remember that? Somebody had accused Aubrey Norton of corruption because they were made to sign blank checks or something to that extent. So the change element is people, a lot of people seem to be saying Azudin is. His party is guilty of the same thing. So is he corrupt? Well, could he be more corrupt? Huh? Answer the question now. Could he be more corrupt than he is allegedly corrupt? So the revolving wheel is the same thing over and over and over and over, regardless of where you go. Regardless of where you go. Over at FGM and VPAC and People's Movement and so on, they got one seat like the WPA got one seat. Right? WPA got 1 from 12. The difference there is that WPA was in a wider coalition, a bigger coalition. They were in a smaller coalition, a coalition of 3. And they managed to get a seat. And the information out there now, that is internal spot, perhaps I would say, has hit the public airwaves, is that only 2 persons out of the 3 will enjoy the benefit of occupying that seat. And I see a lot of people are asking, right? I see a lot of people asking, did they have an arrangement? Did they have an agreement? Did they sign a contract as to how they will share the seat or seats? And so they're insinuating that if there wasn't a written understanding as to how they will deal with one seat, then VPAC doesn't have a leg on which to stand in demanding that they get their share of the pie. I beg to disagree. Because from where I'm sitting, all 3 of them as leaders invested time and resources. And so if there are benefits to come from the investment of time and resources, then it should go 3 ways minimum. Here what just crossed my mind. Approximately $300,000 a month as parliamentary takings, meaning your stipend and all the trimmings and so on might come up based on Mr. Jordan's discussion yesterday, and I was calculating. Might end up with about $300,000. All right, all 3 of us invested time and resources. Let me split it up among ourselves, among our groups, because all of our groups would need resources to function. 1/3 each. So everybody come down to about $1,000 to the group. How about that? How about for exposure and visibility and all of that, what you want to call it? We divided term in the parliament among ourselves, 1/3 each. And then we could decide who would go first, who would go second, who would go last. I tell you something y'all didn't know just now. So if you make an arrangement like that, when a man is in parliament, the income goes 3 ways. Every institution gets its part. Every organization gets its part. And of course, they're expected to do work in support of a man in parliament. And then when London goes to parliament, the same arrangement holds. Amanza and Best will be outside of parliament. They will get their 1/3 for their parties. They will do the work to support London in parliament. And likewise, when Best goes to parliament, Amanza and London support his work in parliament, and they get the 1/3 for the organization too. Isn't that a good peace building bridge? Isn't that a good approach to show consideration for the others who have worked? I think that's a good consideration. Somebody saying, who may say, Mr. Hansen still got to put it in writing. Listen, it is not every single thing one can conceive of when you're getting into certain arrangements. Not every single thing. And so, simple decency, empathy, consideration for the other should dictate how you treat when certain situations arise. Otherwise, it is seen as pure selfishness. Let me take this call. Call you on. Good morning.
Hi, good morning, Mr. Amsterdam. So it's Free Talk Friday, and I just want to add my little bit. It is, I guess it's a part of life with all of these conflicts and all of this. But you know what is so sad? When APNU had the issue, the world did magnify it. It's only a PNC thing that people going to be disgruntled. But you see the other parties having the issue, it's not being magnified as equal as what we would have been experiencing. And, I am thinking that with a forward movement issue, Amanzi is very smart because you know what? She run out there and she appealed to the feminist side of things. That is how she started her little presentation. But I am hoping that they can settle it and everybody could come together and work for the betterment of the people. And I would like to request a song, if you would permit me, this morning. And it's Misty Morning by Bob Marley, and it is dedicated to the people of Guyana. Don't be disheartening. Just get up and let us fight on. Because if we fight on, we will get victory. But if we fall by the wayside, we have nothing to get. So you have a pleasant weekend. All the best to the viewers, and God bless everybody. Thank you so much.
It's not a disclaimer, but I want to say this. I'm interested in discussing the issues and not the person. The persons might be central to the issues. But let us focus on the issues, because hear me, when we start to discuss the person, we ain't got nothing to get out of it. Because everybody would have, everybody has their secret cow, let me say that. There are those who will come out and defend a man's right as a woman, and as a smart woman, a beautiful woman, and all kinds of categories that she will fit in the name of womanhood. And there are those who will come out and, defend London as a religious teacher, etc. And then there are those who will come out and defend Best, maybe as a businessman. I have no interest in that. I ain't able to discuss the people. Them. I want to discuss the issues. And the issues is about fairness. It's about consideration. It's about love. Not for self, but for humanity in general. Right? This is what I said I will tell you that a lot of people don't know. And yes, I think was a some people might say it was a boss move. Some people might say it's a boss move.
Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry.
Call a mute and wait. Some people say it's a boss move. That a man jumped out there and pour her heart out to the society. Right? They said the best form of defense is offense. And so she took the offensive, if I can call it that. She jumped out there first. Good? So it might be a boss move. But that is only one side of the story. You still have to hear the other side to determine whether who's right or who's wrong. And quite frankly, I ain't able to wrong. And right now, I am looking at the principles behind the actions. Somebody said Darwin Best can't go to Parliament. He's an American citizen. But who says Darwin Best is fighting to go to Parliament? Who says Darwin Best is fighting to go to Parliament? I don't know. What I recognize is Darwin Best is fighting for what he believes is rightfully due to VPAC. So give unto Caesar what is Caesar's. I don't care who Caesar is. Give unto Caesar what is Caesar's. Did VPAC participate in this election? Was VPAC a part of the joiner? Yes. I wonder if I were to go back and look at the comments when Asha Kesoon refused to give up her seat after benefiting from our portion of the journalist allocation in the National Assembly. If I would find, for example, a Manza there commenting on the wickedness and mischievousness of that move. Perhaps some of you can go and do an investigation, because it's not something I'll investigate, but it's something that has crossed my mind. This is what I wanted to tell you that I say you don't know. Every person, and Jordan said it. Jordan said it. If you go into the National Assembly and you spend 1 year, you spend 6 months, you spend 6 years, you spend 5 months or 5 years, as long as you're declared a parliamentarian and you are sworn as a parliamentarian, there's some benefits that will come to you. First and foremost, you get a totally free duty-free. I think this is what Jordan described it as. You get a free duty-free. You can import that fancy vehicle that you want without paying the duty on it. Sazudin could go and buy a Lamborghini without paying a duty on it. And so if a Manza alone goes to Parliament, a Manza alone gets to buy a duty-free vehicle. If London alone goes to Parliament, London alone gets to buy a duty-free vehicle. If London and the Manza go to Parliament, then both of them will get to buy a duty-free vehicle. And so what? VPAC doesn't have anybody that might want to buy a duty-free vehicle as a perk from Parliament. Parliament brings you quote-unquote recognition, because your name, you are now out there as a legislator. As long as you're a member of the National Assembly, you are a legislator. And history will record you as a legislator, whether you did good or you did bad. You're saying that the people behind VPAC and within VPAC and around VPAC wouldn't like to be recognized for their work? What I'm saying is that there is enough for all of them, all three of them. Because if you bite big or you bite small, you're going to get a benefit anyhow. All three of them could get duty-free concessions by simply becoming parliamentarians. All three of them will get the allowances and the perks, like I explained earlier, if they split it down the middle, well, if they split it in thirds. They will all benefit. And the same obtains to every political party that is in Parliament. No, Dennis, they don't have to chop the vehicle in three. This is what I'm explaining. Each of them will get a duty-free concession because they won't be going to Parliament at once. They wouldn't be going to Parliament at once. And so when a Manzi gets sworn as a parliamentarian, she gets her benefits. When London gets sworn as a parliamentarian, he gets his benefit. And whoever represents VPAC as a parliamentarian, they will get their benefit. Are you saying these people don't deserve anything for all of their sacrifices? That's why you will continuously find people leaving political parties. You'll continuously finding people washing the dirty linen of political parties in open air. Because a lot of the people who call themselves leaders and put themselves in front there as leaders and say they want the best for the country, they only want the best for the damn self. Caller, you can unmute and speak.
Hey, good morning, Mr. Good morning, Mr. Amsterdam, and thank you for taking my call. Hello? Good morning, Mr. Amsterdam. It's echoing a lot. Good morning, Mr. Amsterdam, and thank you for taking my call this morning on Free Talk Friday. The arrangement you're suggesting for Forward Guyana, I hope the same arrangement you're making with WPA and Dr. Hines and you, because you've been spending a lot of money, you're using a lot of your resource to campaign, and I hope you get a piece of the pie too. Uh, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on on my phone, Mister. I have to hang up and call you back.
Buy a new phone for you, man. That's all that's happening. Nobody's gonna buy a new phone for you. Right, so didn't you guys hear the caller? I see Rose is saying new song. Didn't you hear the caller? Well, let me say what the caller is saying. He might call back. Your usual morning jester, as I call him. He said, you know, call him mute and hold.
How do I speak? Sorry.
Go right ahead and speak. It's your time. Caller on my computer. You know yourself, my partner. We work together in LBI and Monipon. So you mute and hold. I'm gonna tell you when to talk. I'm taking a contribution from TikTok. Go ahead, TikToker. Speak.
Greetings to you, Mr. Amsterdam. This is Noble Gavin Matthews Bay. I think we know each other. One of the issues I want to add to today's, to your forum today is the issue of local government. And when I say issue of local government, one of the things we did find out is that the People's Progressive Party is ensuring that all issuance of leases or title to people in the particular areas comes through Ministry of Housing, which it used to fall under the local government body. But if you study 2801 and 2802, we'd have understand that that would have depended upon what you call an independent government, what you call local government or self-governance. And 2801 and 2802, before it was amended and before it was politicized, was based upon the government paying rent. That is the central government to the local government. And that's one of the issues why the PPP never wanted to hold local government elections for roughly 22 years. So in me adding this to your conversation this morning is to basically help you to comprehend it. If those who are the local government position do not take heed, or those who are living within the local government constituency do not try to hold their representatives accountable in making sure that they have the right over their portions of land or wherever they're allocated, the ability to govern themselves or govern their land the way it is being distributed, they're in a huge surprise coming with 36 seats. That's another issue by itself. So that's my addition to your show this morning in discussing policies.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, so before I invite our WhatsApp caller, let me say this. Some people are saying that he heard the usual morning jester and his suggestions or his inquiries. When I laid this scenario, no. Your time is up to speak. I'm speaking now. Yes. When I said when I made the suggestions as how I think this situation could be handled, the one seat could be shared, for example, I said it goes to all political parties. I don't talk, as people say, from two sides of my mouth. The same medicine I recommend is the same medicine I'm prepared to drink, because most times I will recommend it out of experience of having taken it. Good? But I'm a different human being. I ain't got time to fight with nobody or anybody in any political party over seat or over going to parliament for benefit or not. Because, like I usually say on this program, I eat every day. And I know that my children will eat. And my next generations will eat. Because outside of politics and outside of parliament and all of that, I've done my work. And I ain't saying other people haven't done their work. But other people believe that they are more accomplished If they get titles as honorables and this and that and the other and the next, and a whole lot of them in there, a set of dishonorableness that is going with. Right? So, thanks for asking the question, sir. The same recommendation holds across the board. But in the WPA, at least you wouldn't find that from me. I ain't got no time to fight over who goes to Parliament and who stays how long in Parliament. And definitely I ain't going to make it a public spot, even if there is a spot or there will be a spot. But I've said to you all the time from the inception, I'm saying it again, I am not leaving the WPA. I will not leave the WPA over who goes to Parliament. I got bigger fish to fry. I got things to do for the people of this society. And that is what the Black Economic Empowerment Society is going to be used as a vessel to do things to this society, for the people in this society, for my people, economically empower them. I ain't giving up on the politics, but politics and economics must go hand in hand. And so I will ride two asses at the same time. Good? So don't come and try to stoke a fire and expect me to, join the old bandwagonist thing and cuss out over seats and so. WP has determined that the best representation in the National Assembly at this time is Dr. Professor David Hines. I'm a member of the WPA, and so shall it be. Call it on.
Yeah, good morning, Kadaki, and good morning to our listeners. Excuse me. I just want to touch lightly on the forward Guyana thing. I know that they are intelligent people, and I would even want to mention Pastor London is a very smart guy also. And they could think outside of the box to get that thing straightened out, the differences straightened out. It's good to agree to disagree, else if you don't do that, you wouldn't progress, But yeah, I think they could settle outside, because why I'm saying this, it's for the good of the opposition, the people who voted opposition. We need representative in the parliament, and different parties bring different, a different tune to the party, to the whole scenario, So yeah, I think they should try and settle that outside. And so let's move on. But what I want to talk about today is a clean voters list. I still want to, lobby for a clean voters list and biometrics. And now, adding to that, a reformed GCOM. We should get these things before the local government election. I mean, what are we doing in the opposition? I mean, everybody should be looking towards that, because politics is governing each and every one of our lives, and you eat politics, you wear politics, whatever you do have politics in it. So some people don't understand. They say, oh, I ain't voting, me ain't got time with politics. But when you ain't vote, it's the same, whoever win gonna still rule you and govern you, They make the law. They tell you whether chicken could come in the country. They tell you whether the price should go up, or they allow certain things or disallow certain things. So I don't know why people are saying they don't have no time with politics. They still got to work. Definitely. I think a lot of people, because they accustomed to being beaten down, they kind of find comfort in being beaten down, so they don't want to stand up for a better life. Anyway, if we going back to a clean voters list, biometric, and a reform GCOM is what we need in Guyana right now. Or else the PPP gentrification going to take place. Because the PPP want the city very much. They want to control, well, not only the city, they want to control everything. And the PPP want to do work in the city, but they don't want to do work in the city that is governed by other people who are, other people representing other contingency, other factions. They don't want that. They want to control it They want to be the one who will call the shot for the city, and then before they do work there. And this gentrification thing is just to say that they're going to look for all those rundown areas and buy up all those places and all, the way where the prices are cheap, and then they're going to fix them up. And when they don't fix it up, then they're going to raise the value of the area and raise the price, the price for living in those areas and so on. And eventually they're going to be pushing out the people, the poorer people from there. Poorer people will be pushed out of the city. You know what I mean? And a way we could stop that is the people who have land, don't sell your land. Don't mind if you can't develop it because they don't want to give you a loan for develop it. Don't sell your land. It's your land. Just pay your rates and taxes, you know what I mean? But hold on to what you have. And if you continue doing that, then they can't carry on with the policy what they want to do with the city. So we really need a clean voters list, biometric, and now a reformed GCOM. Because if we don't do these things, eventually they're going to try to take over the cities, and I'm sorry for the people who born there and grown there who got ancestral ties to there because their family, bought the land and died and leave them there and all these things, and now, they go want to push them out. You see that thing happening in America. They want to do things like that in Ghana. So people, we got to work for our biometrics. We got to work for a clean voters list. I think this is what we should be clamoring for right now. Because if we don't do that, going into a local government election with the same system, we don't know, it's rigged already. It's rigged. I don't know, but I don't like to say things when I'm not on the ground, because I like to say things that I could do or that I would do, and that is a problem. But the only thing I see right now, give me a last minute, is street protests. We have to go out. We try every other thing, it don't work. We even try the diaspora, the foreign investors, and those ABC countries and all, and we try all of them to see if it would work. It still don't work. They still rig the system. All those people do, they talk, what is the fault? They say this wrong, that wrong, and so on. But then other than that, they ain't doing nothing. Is you got to solve the problem. And I think it come to a place, the only thing that we have to do is go out on the street physically and demand what we want. Thank you very much for the time, and you all have a great weekend. Bye.
Thank you very much for the call. Let me tell you something. I'm of the firm belief that those very people that this caller mentioned just now represent part of the problem. You represent part of the problem. Because once the PPP allows them to do what they want to do, they allow the PPP to do what the PPP wants to do. And that is the problem here. A whole lot of them sitting down in the GDF headquarters. We could talk about that another day. They might threaten to charge me for treason for telling you all that, but a whole lot of them in GDF headquarters. Every representative of the US government in terms of the war machinery and so on, they're right in GDF headquarters. Is they running this country? They're running this country. You don't fool yourself. Call you on.
Oh, bless, good morning, sir. Wonderful program, but to be honest, to be sure that a little child could understand, there are some things going on, not only Guyana, but worldwide. But what you guys doing is treating it, dealing with the symptoms. All right, we are already in this thing. We got to fix the temple and the body to deal with it, because if the body ain't working properly, people can doing things, but definitely not right. So what we got to do, let me go to the root cause, let me fix this body. Be careful what we put in the mouth, put in this body. This body can trip out and people can do real bad things. to live in it like Danny Reliance then, take care of you, understand you, listen to you, God lives in you, and deal with you, because the next man, he got to join himself. He got to join himself on this land. And if you interfere with it, you go stray off for you own. Listen to yourself, no matter what happening around me, brother, and everything gonna go. Trust me, we can't stop happening now. Have a blessed day.
Gabby Matthews raised an important issue about land leases and so on now having to be processed through the Ministry of Housing, he said. A year or two ago, the PPP came up with something called a single window. The single window. Even the construction plan, even your building plan in your neighborhood has to be submitted through this single window to go and sit down at the Ministry of Housing for forever. Y'all understand that? So local government is no longer local, and that is what I was explaining earlier in the week. When your representatives sit there and they become yes men and yes women and they don't alert the residents in the neighborhood of what is happening, then we end up with situations like this. And I paused and I said alert because, you know, number one, as a resident of a neighborhood, you have a right to attend the Neighborhood Democratic Council's statutory meeting, which is monthly. You have a right to attend it. And secondly, do you know that the councillors of the overseer of the Neighborhood Democratic Council has a responsibility to keep the neighborhood residents informed by hosting public meetings to inform them of what is happening in the neighborhood? Yeah, those are responsibilities, but nobody takes them seriously. The councillors and overseer, they sit on their laurels and they don't do anything, and the residents don't demand anything. And so local government is not as local as it ought to be. I don't even know if it's local at all. Anyways, we can take that musical break. Somebody requested we play Misty Morning by Bob Marley. So here is Misty Morning for you. 1978, Bob Marley and the Wailers.
Welcome this to Sports Center.
We've got the answers.
Come on, my computer, no man. Like do my thing. Why you so intrusive?
Mystery, I just can't express. To give your more, to receive your less. One of my good friends said in a reggae rhythm, don't jump in the water if you can't swim. The power of philosophy floats through my head, light like a feather, I know you're out there somewhere, having fun. Mysteries I just can't express. How can you ever give you more to receive your less? Like my good friend said, in a reggae rhythm, can't jump, you can't jump in the water, you can't swim. I want you to straighten out my today, my tomorrow, my. I want you to straighten out my tomorrow. And I miss the morning. Straighten out my tomorrow. Need some straightening out. I want you to straighten out my tomorrow. Miss.
Mr. Morning 1978 by Bob Marley. Hear me. A lot of y'all talking about the US this and the US that and international this and international. Guyanese are caught in a game of three cards. You ever play three cards? Actually, you used to on the Metropole. Where them by used to play three cards a lot. Now you see me, now you don't. Right? Guyanese are caught in a game of three cards. Let me just say this to you. Y'all think the Americans really got Guyanese interest at heart? It's geopolitical. This unfolding of all things is between Guyana and between the US and China and Russia and the likes. Who will control the back door to the US? There have been a lot of speculations. Business scholar can't help it. Aye. What? All right. Hold on from now. But you know they are program till 9. Anyhow, good. I can say, hey, me ain't got the key. You ain't got the key, you know. Oh, shoot. Sorry, man. Hey, good. Hey, good, sorry. Hey. Yeah, sorry about that. Like I said, I gotta eat. So I gotta do my business at the same time too. Yeah. You think the US presence in the Caribbean Sea or Caribbean waters got anything to do with drugs and narcotics coming out of Venezuela? No, sir. No, sir. You think the flyover of two American military aircraft, fighter jets, whatever they want to call them, when at least sworn or was sworn, got anything to do with just a show of support for Guyana or providing entertainment for Guyanese? A show of force to Venezuela. You think Maduro's claim that the PPP government, by extension the government of Guyana, is allowing the US to use Guyana as a staging ground for attacking his government or his country, is because he mad? I mean, his name starts with mad, M-A-D. But you think he mad? I remember moving him Sector 13 or something like that. You're going to look in Linden for Sector 13. I look in Georgetown at Thomas Lands and Virginia Road. Maybe for Sector 12. The reality is the PPP has given up the territorial integrity of Guyana to the Americans. They've given up the territorial integrity of Guyana to the Americans. There have been whispers that that's why the Americans facilitated regime change, because Granger wasn't giving them their way. There have been whispers. But only Granger could tell you all the story, or those who have been close and personal in Granger government, up close and personal, But the reality is, we only masquerading as an independent country. We are only masquerading as a republic, a cooperative republic. We are a set of masqueraders. I dare say to you, and this is my opinion, and I'm entitled to it, that a lot of the politicians who said they ain't going out there protest because they're concerned about people's life and livelihood and so on, I dare say to you, I believe it's bullshit. They're concerned about their relationships with the US. They are concerned about their relationship with the US. Whether they and their children could travel as they like, go on vacation as they like, live as they like, enjoy the American patrimony or patronage as they like. It's as simple as that. A man like me, I always say I may be the last patriot. I ain't just ain't going nowhere really, quite frankly. And I fear nothing, quite frankly. So as the spirit moves in me, I speak my truth. And I don't care three hand, wherever the end result. I don't care. I mean, my mother, God rest her soul, used to say, you always don't care, don't care, don't care. But deep down in you got a real soft spot. But Guyanese must understand that the people that they got in office, say they're running government, are people who have sold this country out. And they ain't got no interest in the well-being of the citizens of this country. They got interest in the well-being of themselves. Ghana got a lot of Noriega, if you remember who Noriega was, in government. The US have got so much nastiness on them. Crimes against humanity, international crimes, red alert or red warrant, whatever they call them, file up for them. And the only way to maintain the freedom is to take all the patrimony, the resources of this country, and give it to the US and Canada and the UK. They're paying protection money just as how the mafia is operating in Chinatown and elsewhere. You got to pay to play if you want to stay in business. That's what this PPP cabal is doing with the resources of this country. You think the US and other countries ain't got enough on Jack Yo for collect his ass and put him in a yellow jumpsuit? They got. You think you talk about sanctions? 8 ministers or 8 members of the PPP, 8 senior members of the PPP were supposed to be sanctioned before the elections. And the sanctions were held back until after the elections. And the elections have come and gone, and those very 8 people are back in the government. You think it's by his happenstance? I mean, some of us go along because we can't do nothing. We can't do nothing. As a small man, I can't do shit about it. I can educate you. What the nation does is up to the nation. But I said take a page out of the Nepalese book. I said take a page out of the Iranian books. I say you had the Arab Spring. Why you can't get the Caribbean Spring? Or African Spring? Where is the Guyanese Traore? Or possibly where is the Guyanese barbecue? We only in this thing called politics and running for office. We like I said a letter F in. Hamsters running on a wheel. Every 3 years, every 5 years, we're doing the same bullshit and expect a different result. In between them, we're making the same comments and observations and expect a different result. And nobody's willing to do anything differently. You think it's such changes come? America's America because they, at some point in their history, decide that they're going to fight a bloody war with the English. We got voice note.
Kadaki, good morning. I will not be able to make the program. I got an important appointment early. Anyway, my comments this morning on today is the Friday when you could talk. Now the first thing. During the week or through past last week to into this week, there was a breaking news where GCOM lost a set of money. Now I want the world to know, or the listening public, that GCOM is not a bank. A bank is where you have money. GCOM is a place where you should find things like ID card, statement of polls, list of electors, list of voters, that type of paraphernalia. So I don't know how GCOM now is the big epicenter of losses of millions of dollars. But the millions at GCOM, the money that they had to pay off people who did this skullduggery for the 2025 elections, it leaves me to wonder on that. Now, the second and most impressive thing is all those people who are fighting and juggling for seats in the parliament. I listened to Minister Jordan, and I have not heard a declaration being made on the 2025 local and regional government and regional elections. This is the same thing that happened in 2023. And that is one of the reasons why I say that the GCOM chair needs to be removed, because the 3 elections that has come under her time or tenure within GCOM are of disastrous declarations. Look at the 2020 declaration. Now look at 2023, nothing was being declared. And this time I have not heard about the declaration. So I don't know if you're in declaring election, if you can get a winner coming out of an election like this. And this is where I think that people got to call this election for what they see. And I think we might got to get some other format to let us know who have won these elections. Moving along. People are out there hollering and screaming for armed protests. Kadaki, you know what happened when we used to go the protests, who used to come and so on. So I don't know if these fresh bloods who are screaming for protests, if they are going to take up the charge and lead the protests. Lastly, looking at my time, last year I had a worrying fact with the problem of the fares on the minibus, and it went unheard. I thought with a new dispensation of government, we would have heard something. Well, we gone back to the same thing, even though it is unofficial. Now on all the minibuses, they are charging $200 for short drop. Anyway, it's $200. I hope that the Ministry of, I think it's tourism, when they get in, they can do a revive price control on the vehicle so that we will know what is the new fare structure for short drop and other destinations. Because when you go in a bus, a man gonna tell you, you got to pay $200. And if you go in, like when I'm going to Freedom, I could give them $120. They don't clamor for that. That's why I give them that. But the moment I am coming back home, they lick it down for $200. So I'd be glad if that can be rectified. I'll be joining you live on voice note.
Let me boss your Bobby Ronda. Or anybody else who believes that the government again could control how much minibuses charge to transport people. This is a free market economy. It's free market. Demand and supply determines price. And so all of you who didn't want to vote for a government that's going to regularize this nation and put proper services and systems in place, yeah, face the price. How do we want to face the price? You can't tell a man operating a minibus how much he could charge. Just as the government of Ghana can't tell the rice farmers how much they could sell the rice for. They can't tell a minibus operator how much to charge. They could suggest to them. Just, and you know, I like to look at it in simple terms. If you walk into a restaurant and they tell you $600 for the food, then no government could go and tell them they got to sell it for $500. And you got an option. You could buy the food or stay hungry. You could decide to pay the fare or walk. Or you could demand from your government a public transportation system that is organized and will take into consideration the people's level of income and affordability. You know, when governments provide transportation services, they are not to be profit-making. It's a service. But this should be self-sustaining. When private citizens provide transportation services, it's not service, it's a business. They get into it for profit. So let us understand the difference. Don't cost the sole trader, don't cost the private man who invests hard on mornings and buy a minibus to provide a service that the government is failing to provide. Let us understand that. Why do you think people are in high and they are in low and the government in button and I live to say anything? They cost price control and the bottom government. They cost price control and the bottom government. But that was 1 year. They free up the Ghanaian economy. They say it's a free market system. They ain't worrying this socialism and thing. No, they are strictly capitalists. Don't worry the PPP that used to say them a communist and it's a set of capitalists there. And you could see from their actions. You know how much of them got minibus and all kind of thing on the road? Police and all got minibus and stuff on the road. So don't hold your breath and wait for the government to fix that. The APNU was going to fix it. It was going to make efforts to fix it. Remember part of the plan for these new highways that they were building was to put light rails. Like again, I sent Johnny on the live show and so you could share with y'all what was the thought process behind the proposal to include light rails on the roads, on the highways. Patterson was the Minister of Public Works then. The APNU then was thinking about the well-being of the citizens and easing the burden of cost of living on them. And the Arbino APNU was thinking about the same thing. But Guyanese didn't want to, or so it would appear. But definitely, the ABCE countries didn't want that because they facilitated another rate. Put in your pipe and smoke it. That's all I can tell you. I speak my truth, at least what I think is my truth. I'm entitled to that. Free speech. You don't like it? Along with, I remember a Guyanese, a Buxtonian to be honest. He said, you know, who like me, I like them. Who don't like me? I can't tell you all the rest. You could read between the lines.
Everybody Kidaki money views pertaining to Freddie Kisun comic show with your branch ex-mail. I think that the reason why Feces Man has invited this man on his program to embarrass the party. And it showed ugly head there on his program. Come on, man. The man asked you a simple question about Mr. Norton to resign. He only flipping and flapping. He do want Mr. Norton to resign. He do want that, but he's shame. He's shame for bring the word out. What we all see and we all know that is his motive, the reason why he go on that program. And he always go on that program. You can recall when Ian Shetma Miss Feces Miss fight on the program. I said this man going back on this program, you know. These people not to be trusted. And I'm glad Mr. Norton siphy out. You understand me? Siphy out. And I tell the public the reason why yes I fought. This man was campaigning with Mr. Mohammed in the interior. And since this man about this sanction thing, this man of his own self come out and say, he have a child going and live in America. And he want no problem. That is the reason why he step away from Mohammed. You understand me? That is the reason why. And anybody would sideline him from the PNCR party. Anybody would do that because he's a sheep in wolf clothes. Listen to this man. This man showed that he want power. Yeah, listen when he say when Freddie Kisum was telling how we were talking that how we go in front of some vehicle. Come on, bro, that was a puppy show. That was a puppy show. Buxton people stop train. Running train Buxton people stop. So what you do there, it's a gimmicks. You do that for be fame. You do that for be a famous man in this country, but Mr. Yuvraj, you're fooling yourself, bro. You're fooling yourself. You're fooling yourself, bro. You understand me? Shame and disgrace on y'all. All y'all was undermining the party. All of y'all. And I thinking that you should resign because I don't trust you, Mr. Yuvraj. I don't trust you. With the APNU party, I don't trust you. You understand me? I hear you try to bombard Ganesh Manipal. You understand me? You can't put your foot in Mr. Ganesh Manipal's shoe, boss man. You cannot put your foot in that man's shoe. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Stop trying to run down this man. This man is a man that nobody can take him out of the party but himself. Because the work what this man is doing in the party, all the people doing in the party. The only problem with Mr. Manipal and his good friend, the only problem I noticed with him, he don't be on the grounds. He don't be on the ground. Because several times I personally call him in the Namstel when we have a lot of issues in the Namstel. I said, every time I call Mr. Ganesh, you always say busy. Come on, bro. That's the only problem we have with this man. Understand me? And big up to the Mr. Abby Norton. Big up at all time. Big up at all time, Mr. Norton. You understand me? Dr. Hines, big up yourself. Big up yourself on the program that you had a couple nights ago. And every night, big up yourself. Big up yourself, Dr. Hines. Dr. Hines, big up yourself, big up yourself, big up yourself. You're raising back my momentum. We African people got to listen to this program and pull yourself back in line. It's not too late. It's not too late for African people in this country. You see what Mohammed doing to we now? You see what Mohammed doing to black people now? Gone back in bed with the PPP. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. We tell y'all about this thing all the time and y'all don't want to hear black people. Why we so hard? I think that it's not too late for y'all come home. Come home to roost.
Good morning, Mr. Amsterdam. Good morning, viewers. Those workers that is working with both sides, another company that are being discriminated against and underpaid, where are the unions to represent these people? Where are the unions to represent these workers? The slackness continue. These unions just sit down and allow the workers to be discriminated against and being underpaid. Who looking out for these people? Who are looking out for these hard-working people? You look at the video where they're telling the stories. They're asking for 1% more on the 7% that they have. And the company is saying that they can't afford it. Guyanese got to wake up. Election of consequences. When you tell them, vote for somebody that can change what is going on in Guyana, they're running for hand out. They are running for hands out. Now look what is going on. And then the government of Guyana encouraging people from all over Bangladesh, India, and all over to go in the country, and they are being treated better than the Guyanese that born and is living there. They are getting these workers that is coming from all over, getting good benefits and good pay. It is wrong. Where are the unions to stand up for these people? I only hope they are working to clean that list before the next election. before local government election too. It is terrible that is what is going on in Guyana. It is terrible. And the citizens of Guyana need to take a stand. Take a stand, or else you people will be continue being pushed aside. That is my take for today.
Thank you for your call. Let me say something to you. Let me ask you a question as a matter of fact. What union? What union? This morning is my boss busting morning because they're gonna jump out at you like marrying good. What union? The union that represents the workers at Bosai is NASI. NASI. Who controls NASI? Who controls GAU? Check and see who the General Secretary of NASI is. There's a farce we live in, and we continue to live in this farce to believe that we got people representing our interests. Eh? We got nobody representing no interests. The people who have an interest and really should be representing the interests of the workers and so on, they're not the ones there. Because they PPP got a way of engineering the outcomes of everything that can challenge the PPP. Hello, Mr. Child. Mute your microphone or please do the thing. Right? Y'all understand me? We allow the PPP to engineer outcomes. You know, Bosai. You know, the government of Guyana still controls 30% of that company. But the Chinese are allowed to run it as if they wholly and solely control the company. Yeah, they got majority shares. But shouldn't the government 30% be used to look out for the interests of Guyanese citizens in that company? I got some solutions, but it's not everything I could tell you. Not on Guyanese Morning Time. Not everything I could tell you. Yeah, read through the lines. I was talking earlier about the giving away the resources of this country so that they could continue to do what they like. You think it's necessary for us to continue to give exploration licenses to companies? All right, we want to exploit the oil because they say in another 20, 30 years or 5, 10, 15, 20 years, the value of the oil is going to be diminished because the world is moving to renewables and so on and so forth. All right, we want to get maximum benefit from the oil. We got to exploit our gold like that too. Do we need to exploit our gold like that too? When we can take oil income and diversify our economy and productive capacities so that when oil is finished, we still have an economy that can stand on its own because the manufacturing sector has been bolstered and other productive sectors have been bolstered and so on. You could use the oil resources to that. But look what we're doing. We're giving the US and China oil. We're giving the Canadians all the gold. China thieving some too. What are we keeping for ourselves in the next generation? What are we keeping for ourselves and the next generation? You think we can't? You think there's no school of thought which suggests that we should? But I say when you're in Tiger Mode, you got party head. And the whole head of the likes of Jagione, Fanali, and the rest of the PPP in Tiger Mouth. So they only got a party yet. They're giving up the resources of this country to ensure their freedom. And while doing that, they are allowed to illicitly enrich themselves so that their next generation is going to be fairly comfortable too. But where does that leave the masses? Poor, miserable, and complaining. It's 3 minutes to the 9 o'clock hour. One last call, voice notes, and then some music. Call your life.
Hi, morning, Mr. Kadaki. You know, what you say in there, I said it many times on this program. And I tell people to go and research and see the OGCFCs, owners and controllers of global financial system. All right? See who run that. You know, and when I tell people that these people will rather to deal with a dumb government and some dunces and corrupt government so that they could get what they want, so they could rape our country. I said that many times. You know, this new thing with Venezuela and the claiming that it's drugs and what's not, and then Venezuela sending out threats to us, and then Kamala raising her security, I think that she bad. You know, Venezuela need much to deal with us, you know. And America with their wicked self, they will send something over there from in our waters, send something over there. Venezuela come back, they allow Venezuela to come and do what they got to do with us, and then America gonna come like God, like the savior. Say, look, we're gonna fix everything for you, but you got to give me this and you got to give me that. Look what's happening in Congo. Same thing. They gone in there and they're getting all they want right now. So our people, according to the caller earlier, voting got consequences. We got a rude awakening. We got a hard time coming ahead of us with those criminals in government that we warn them, do not, do not, do not. We warn them, don't worry with the others that says split your votes, split your votes, split your votes. Now you see what splitting cause. That's all I have to say.
Thank you for your call. For the oldies lovers, I gotta play one, then I'm gonna play some voice notes, and then we're gonna come back and we're gonna play some more music before we close the program.
Who was back on the phone that you were talking so sweetly?
So sweetly.
Well, who was back on the phone that you were talking so discreetly to? Must have been another guy. No, girl, don't tell me no lie. Just get my hat, give me my coat, I'm leaving. Get my hat and give me my coat. Well, I have heard people say that you've been seen running round, and I have heard people say that you were planning to put me down. Baby, that's all right. No, girl, I won't put up a fight. Just get my hat, give me my coat, I'm leaving. Get my hat and give me my coat. I have known for a long, long time that you were no good from the start. I have known for a long, long time that someday you'd end up breaking my heart. Well, this is it. It's all over, girl. I guess I'll find somebody new. Well, this is it. It's all over, mama. I've had just about enough of you. Just get my hat, Give me my coat. Give me my coat. I'm leaving. Get my hat and give me my coat. Bye bye, baby. Get my hat and give me my coat. Bye bye, bye, baby. I'm leaving. Bye bye. Get my hat. Bye and give me my coat. Bye bye. Get my hat, girl.
Yes, in all fairness to Zion, I noticed you did make a request, but one I can't remember is your request. So send it back for me, why not?
Good morning, Mr. Amsterdam. Good morning, viewers. Those workers that is working with both sides and other company that are being discriminated against and underpaid, where are the unions to represent these people? Where are the unions to represent these workers? The slackness continue. These unions just sit down and allow the workers to be discriminated against and being underpaid. Who looking out for these people? Who are
Kadaki, blessings and good morning to you. Blessings to listeners from the diaspora. Blessings to listeners from the four corners of the globe. Kadaki, I listened to Dr. Hines last night on Wednesday night. He was interviewed by, I think it's Guyana Standard or something like that. We had this beautiful mixed girl and the guy, and they were posing a lot of questions and things to him. But I have confidence in Dr. Hines any day, man. Dr. Hines is a fighter. Dr. Hines is a great man. And he answered them intelligently, man. But my concern is, don't just call Dr. Hines alone. Call Bharat Jagdeo too. In these kind of situation, and pose the same kind of questions. And additionally, pose question like when the news agent from America came by his home and thing and caught him on video. These are the things that they should ask him. But my opinion, I feel that the journalists in Guyana, like the frightened Bharat, like he's dealing with some kind of a force, because even members in the party, nobody do challenge him. Bharat feel like he's a god or some lord or something. But Bharat, your kingdom will come down, one day. It will fall. You won't be there forever. Karaki.
Mr. Norton, good morning, Kadaki. Mr. Norton, organize yourself and get a protest in front of GCOM. People going to turn out. Once they hear Mr. Norton, they're going to turn out. Your policy, coalition government policy, was good for the people them. Putting things in place for the young people them so they could start life. That election was rigged, nobody stupid. We see who all was involved. Just all who are involved with Adriana. Then put it in a way for the win, be opposition, and then for go back into government. The election was rigged, nobody recognized them. You see when they first installed with the St. Vincent Prime Minister and the Belgian Prime Minister, none of them even back them this time. It's because with all of evenness and with a little child life, like a criminal then do the little child. But it's just time for this election car before 5 years. Y'all praying your own way. Pray your own way. Prayer works. A lot of evil wickedness. And destroy them own self. That election was rigged.
Good morning, Mr. Amsterdam. I think Guyanese forget very easily. What happened to those police that came from the US in Guyana. Nobody talk about them anymore. What did they do during the election? I don't know what they did. I'm talking about the army. I think Jack Joe did not trust the black soldiers that are there during the election. That's why so many U.S. soldiers are in Ghana now. Yeah, they are there for that purpose. You understand me? And they would be always there for a very long time, right? I think Guyana is slipping out from the bottom of you guys, black people in Guyana. Slowly, slowly, and you guys do not know. You are working, but you're working very, very slow. And not only slow, you're not working, what should I say? You got to be more radical. You got to be more, vicious. You understand me? You got to go out there. You want to know if soldiers are there? You want to know if U.S. soldiers are there? Go out in the streets. Go out in the street and create havoc. And you will see if U.S. soldiers are there. Bye.
Yes, good morning, Kadaki. I hope all is well with you. Greetings to those who are listening in on this program, whether locally or from the diaspora. I bid you all God's blessings. Man, look, it's down on me to make a call to highlight what is happening on the highway. There is so much corruption, ineptitude, and foolishness from the top come right down. That right now my blood is actually boiling. Could you imagine from this place, from Swan? I am in a line with traffic from Swan going to the Linden Suzek Highway. I am in this line by Swan over an hour and a half, and you're not moving 1 inch. The ugly thing is that 4 of every bloody well vehicles on the highway is trucks. Why the authorities cannot make a schedule for these bloody well trucks? These trucks should only function, should start between 6 and 9. These trucks should not be traversing this highway between the sandpits and the junction. Because you have workers to go to work, you got the school children to go to school, and what have you. These trucks are a nuisance on this highway now, man. There are too many, and there must be some regularization so that people can live a comfortable life. What is going on with this dunce foolish government who does not take people's interests into consideration? People must keep suffering for their enjoyment. This is unacceptable, and I hope someone in the high authority of the police force is listening and understand that even to them are asses, but because they have to regularize these confounded nonsense that is happening. It is too much to bear. It's every morning from Swan to the highway to Soosdijk. You will take over 2.5 hours because of these bloody well trucks. It is time for them to give them a time span between 6 and 9. No bloody well truck is supposed to be traversing here, so that people can get on with their lives. It is too disgusting, man. Have a blessed day, brother Kadaki.
2 questions. One, are those truck owners and truck drivers taxpayers? They pay tax in this country. They have a right to use the road. The government has a right to regulate. What you think this government got any time about regulating or fixing anything? When they could put on a siren and everybody clears the road so they could pass through? Where is a minister boyfriend, a minister girlfriend, a minister friend, a minister side chick? Anybody could put on a siren on the vehicle once they're related to the government. Turn it on when there's a traffic congested situation and everybody opens like the Red Sea opened and they pass through freely. You think they got time to fix anything? They are being inconvenienced, boss. The citizens who are being inconvenienced could put a stop to it though. But Kidaki alone can't do it. When the day comes in this country, when commuters refuse to move their vehicle for any damn siren vehicle pass, people are going to rethink the situation. I said it before and I said it again. Let them arrest the hundreds or scores of people who are on the road in the congestion at any given time of the day in this country and carry out of them before the court for refusing to heed to the siren. Because the siren don't make no sense. It is abused. And it is abused because them was sitting in our office. They want to enjoy the comforts of free movement, but they want to provide it for the citizens of this country. And the citizens must stand up. That's all I'm saying. The citizens must stand up. Why one afternoon when all the way up on the East Coast Highway and whoever jackass passing through and blaring siren, sometimes with chicken inside for all you know. Why we don't just come out with vehicle and left them at the middle of the road? And see what will be the reaction thereafter. Why we don't do that? Oh, Mr. Amsterdam, you're promoting anarchy. But the country is in anarchy. But we won't acknowledge it. Somebody say earlier free speech got consequences. Yeah, I know free speech got consequences. Would that stop me from speaking freely? Yeah, cock up and wait.
Hi, Kadaki. Good morning. I'm listening to the program. I'm driving here and I listen to the program. And, you know, with all that is happening, you know, one of the things I always say, and I told my friends so they know it well, even when I put it on Facebook, they know the catchphrase. Election has consequences. I'm at a stage, I mean, after the last election, when I look at the manifestos, I'll continue to say this. That manifesto is the first manifesto I saw that was going to put people, especially Afro-Guyanese, on equal footing economically. And since a lot of them decide to run away, run to Team Mohammed, who ain't run to Team Mohammed, decide to stay home and vote, who ain't doing the taking money from the PVP and all them, thing to, you know what I mean, sell out the boat, right? Election has consequences. We at a stage right now where Peter is going to pay for Paul, and Paul is going to pay for all. All we got to do at this stage is to ensure we got enough money for, you know, pay for Paul. Paul is going to feel the heat for all the rest. I am observing this thing here, and I'm becoming, day by day, I'm becoming numb to the cries of what's happening in this country, because either by our action or inaction, we voted for this or we endorse what is really happening in this country. It's a sad state. And the thing about it is this: all of these things gonna happen. And you come next 5 years, the people gonna share out some money again, and these people is gonna run. Is gonna run for grab money and sell out the board right again, then sit down complaining or come looking for you, man, give me a raise, I'm looking for a thing, you don't got no work to give me, and they keep voting for the same fuckery. Oh, excuse my language, my apologies, and expect different results. I sincerely apologize for the indecent language because, you know, it's very upsetting. But yeah, there's all I want to say right now. I'm looking at this thing, and I'm sorry for what's happening. Unfortunately, some good ones don't get caught between, but guess what's going to happen? It's a situation of all for one and one for all. 5 years is going to pass. They are going to be in the same economic situation they are in today, and they're going to collect another $20,000 or $40,000 and run down, you know what I mean, these people again. And it's going to be a cycle because for some reason, we ain't seem to be getting it right. I always say one thing: Jesus had to be a black individual, because it seems like Afro-Guyanese don't betray nobody other than people who look like them.
Thank you. There's a good one. Jesus had to be a black, an African, because Africans don't betray nobody. Hear me. You see how the Yalu saying win is the opposition? and Win must lead protests, and Win must this, and Win must that. I want to ask you a question. Who stands to lose when Win doesn't do any of those things that you're recommending? Who stands to lose? If Win sits in the National Assembly for 5 years and doesn't confront the PPP one bit, who stands to lose? But you ask yourself this one. If Win sides with the government, who stands to win? And who stands to lose anyhow? Ali is serving a second term in government, right? And I think to change it to term presidential law, you might need a 2/3 majority or something, sir. Ali got a bargaining chip. And as we didn't get a bargaining chip, what black people get? Small acts. Y'all ready for use them? Y'all could use them?
Why boasteth thyself, O evil man? Playing smart and not being clever. Oh no, I say you're working iniquity to achieve vanity. Yeah. If I saw, but the goodness of Jaja, I endure it forever. If you are the big tree, we are the small ass, sharpened to cut you down. Well, sharp. Ready to cut you down. Oh, yeah. These are the words of my master. Keep on telling me, oh, no weak heart shall prosper. Oh, no, they can't. And whosoever dig up it, Lord, shall fall in it. Shall fall in it. Whosoever diggeth a pit shall bury in it. Shall bury in it. If you are a big tree, we are the small axe, sharpened to cut you down. Ready to cut you down. And whosoever diggeth a pit shall fall in it, fall in it. Hey, whosoever diggeth a pit shall bury in it, shall bury in it. If you have a big tree, we have a small axe, ready to cut you down. Well, sharp and to cut you down.